Hi everyone, I'm Barbara and today I'm going to talk about the subdisciplines of linguistics and their influence on language learning. Let's start. Descriptive linguistics is a branch of linguistics whose aim is to describe, formalize, and scientifically explain how a specific language functions and how it is used by a group of speakers during a specific time period. This period may be the present, contemporary English, or the past, or Old English, Middle English, if there is adequate writing evidence. In any descriptive study of a language in any state, it is essential that it deals exclusively with that language during that time period. Descriptive linguistics focuses on describing languages as they are we thought during their correctness or goodness. Think of it as taking a word at a specific time. Descriptive linguistics explores various aspects of a language including phonetics and phonology, the sounds of a language and how they are organized; formology, how words are formed, prefixes, suffixes, etc. Syntax, how words are put together to form sentences; semantics, the meaning of words and sentences; and pragmatics, how language is used in context. Related languages and language families. Languages that share two very similar linguistic systems are called cognate languages. This linguistic relationship usually occurs because both languages share the same origin and share very similar vocabulary. A language family is a set of languages that derive from a common language and have the same genetic basis. Romance and Germanic languages. Latin, the language of the Roman Empire, is the source of these languages. Romance languages have certain similarities in terms of vocabulary and grammar. They tend to have an extensive literary history. Examples: Latin, the ancestral language, although is not spoken actively anymore. Italian: ciao, buongiorno, and grazie. Spanish: hola, buenos días, gracias. French: bonjour, bonne journée, and merci. And we have three more examples. These languages are derived from Proto-Germanic, a language spoken in the past. Germanic languages tend to place great emphasis on word order and have similar sounds and grammatical features. Examples: Proto-Germanic, the ancestral language not spoken today. English: hello, good morning, thank you. German: hallo, guten Morgen, danke. And we have more examples. Let's continue. Language tree family model. A genetic linguistic tree provides a common visual representation of a language family. The tree model is also known as a dendrogram or phylogeny. The family tree, like a person's family tree, shows the relationships between relatives. Here's how it works. Number 1. Root. The tree begins with a hypothetical proto-language, an ancestral language from which all the languages in the family are believed to have descended. Number 2. Branches. As you move down the tree, the branches represent different languages or language groups that have diverged from the proto-language. And 3. Leaves. The leaves at the ends of the branches represent the modern languages that exist today. Language family tree model help us trace the relationships between languages. We can see how languages are related and how they have changed over time. Understand the evolution of languages. The tree shows how languages have developed and developed various features. Reconstruct Asian languages. Linguistics can attempt to reconstruct the sounds, grammar, and vocabulary of extinct languages by tracing their origins. The author, a pioneer of linguistics, Sir William Jones, an 18th-century British jurist and scholar, is the principal originator of the family tree model of languages. He is recognized as one of the fathers of the field of comparative linguistics. Jones believed that Sanskrit, Greek, and Latin shared a common ancestor when he saw many similarities between them. The development of the family tree model of languages and the study of language families were based on his work. Let's continue. As a classical language of the Indo-European language family, Sanskrit has played an important role in understanding the relationships between languages and their origins, particularly within the Indo-European language family. Several shared vocabulary elements and structural features demonstrate connections between Sanskrit and other Indo-European languages. Here are some particular examples of these connections. Phonetic similarities. There are many instances of words in European languages that share a phonetic link with Sanskrit. For example, the Sanskrit word three, trias, resembles tres in Latin and tres in Greek. This implies a common ancestral land that is spoken in European and Iranian languages. Phonetic similarities. There are many instances of words in European languages that share a phonetic link with Sanskrit. For example, the Sanskrit word three, trias, resembles tres in Latin and stress in Greek. This implies a common ancestral end that is spoken in European and Iranian languages. That is spoken in European, words derived from Sanskrit have etymological connections with many European languages. In European languages, the words pater in Greek and Latin, padre, in Spanish, pere, in French, no, in European languages, the words pater in Greek and Latin, padre in Spanish, and père in French have important phonetic similarities with the Sanskrit words padre and pitar. All Indo-European languages, including Sanskrit, are believed to derive from a common ancestral language called Proto-Indo-European, PIE, according to this pattern of shared etymologies. Branching. The Indo-European language family is very broad and has many branches extending over most of Europe as well as areas of Southwest and South Asia. The Indo-Iranian family includes the languages spoken in India and Iran, including Sanskrit. This branching structure explains why Sanskrit has characteristics unique to the Indian subcontinent and is closely related to European languages. Historical context. The historical account of Indo-European migration is complex and involves several waves of movements. Some of these movements may have originated in the Pontic steppe north of the Black Sea. According to the Kurgan hypothesis, the inhabitants of this region spoke PIE during the 4th millennium BC. However, it is important to note that researchers still argue about the regions and migration patterns of Indo-European languages, and some theories suggest that the common ancestral homeland may have been elsewhere. Difference between dead and extinct languages. The distinction between dead languages and extinct languages is subtle but significant. Both terms refer to languages that are no longer spoken by any community, but are understood and used differently. Dead languages. Definition. A dead language is a language that no community speaks as a first language. Use. Dead languages can be studied for a variety of purposes such as academic research or cultural preservation even if they are not spoken. Although there are no longer native speakers who use Latin as their first language, Latin remains a classic example of a dead language. Extinct languages. In term, extinct language refers to a language that has completely disappeared without leaving any speakers or users. Usage. Extinct languages are essentially forgotten or lost because they are not studied or used like dead languages. We have a chart, and in the chart we have the aspect, the dead language, extinct language. We have speaking community, study and use, examples, and cultural significance. In speaking community, in dead language, we have not spoken by any community. Study and use may be studied or used in certain contexts. Examples, for example, Latin, Sanskrit, ancient Greek. Cultural and cultural significance is may hold cultural importance and be revived. And in extinct language, we have the speaking community completely disappears without trace. Study and use, not studied or used by any more. Examples, Heya, Yana, Tunica, no, these are examples of extinct language mentioned. And cultural significance, considered culturally irrelevant and lost. In summary, or to finish this video, although both extinct and dead languages share the characteristic that they are no longer spoken in the main difference between them lies in their cultural importance and their potential for revival. Languages that are no longer spoken, such as Latin, have cultural relevance and can be revitalized through study and preservation. Conversely, languages that are no longer spoken are considered culturally irrelevant and disappear without trace. Thanks for watching my video. I hope that you liked it, and bye.